So, as we've now reached the halfway point for the first season of Force, this is where things normally start to pick up. And based on what they've been building with the storyline, characters, secrets being revealed, relationships building, as well as some relationships being on edge. So I think episode 5 is gonna get even crazier, and it normally is with the mid-season finale. But I don't think this is the mid-season finale because I do think they're gonna go straight into episode 6. So that is definitely a bonus. But based on the trailer, the images, and from the direction the stories have been going, I do think the Serbs are going to have a heavy influence over the course of the second half of the season, with Vic Flynn, who is now fully in with Tommy, but he needs Diamond and the CBI on board as well, because although Tommy is building his organization, he lacks the numbers, and I'm sure the Serbs are going to come in heavy. But we're going to go through a lot from Tommy and the Serbs, Walter Flynn's issues with his empire and his kids, to Jenard also plotting against Diamond. So as usual, we're going to run through a breakdown of the synopsis, exclusive clips, and all the promo images. But let's start with the synopsis for Take Me Home, and it reads: Tommy is offered a profitable solution from an unlikely source that may be the answer to his troubles. Intrigued, Tommy is informed that he must first address a problem that is threatening this new venture before it even begins. So let's start with how Tommy is being offered a solution from an unlikely source. And who could that be? Because it definitely doesn't sound like the Serbs, because Tommy's definitely ruffled their feathers after being involved with 7 kills when it comes to the Serbs. So they're a crew that are going to be a problem rather than a solution. But Claude Flynn is someone who could very well be a solution and someone who Tommy might like to work with, because we saw how they crossed paths in episode 3 after the sit down with Walter Flynn. We saw how she mentioned to Tommy that she's got something that will kick his teeth in 1,000 times over, and Tommy knows that whatever position that Walter Flynn has her playing isn't the right one, just like Vic Flynn. He told Walter that he was pulling Vic up, so maybe we may see the same when it comes to Claude. So we're gonna see Tommy and Claude Flynn meeting again, but let's see if they're gonna be working together or working against each other, because we all know how Power love to manipulate these trailers. But sticking with Claudia, she's got Dahlia, and Mike cuts across a very worried look, and I really would be worried if I were Mike, because one thing you never do as a middleman or woman is give up your source. Now that she's revealed Dahlia, I do think Mike is one of my death predictions, and it's only a matter of when and not if. But we're also going to see Claude and Gloria interacting for the first time, and compared to Walter Flynn, she thinks that Gloria is great, which is something she said in episode 2, and she told Vic, go and find your happiness. So I don't think she really cares about who Vic Flynn falls in love with. But of course, we all know how Walter Flynn feels, and we're gonna see Walter telling Gloria that her face is never gonna be the one Vic wakes up to. But we don't know if this is before the talk that he's gonna have with Uncle Paulie, where Uncle Paulie will tell him that love is a difficult thing to control, and he's still got a chance with his kids, whereas he doesn't, because we saw how his son was a junkie, and that was Andre. But Walter Flynn is someone who's so stuck in his ways and tradition. I really can't see him changing his ways with either Vic's love life and business, and who knows, he may even be proven right at the end when it comes to business, because as I mentioned before in this video, he said his drug is dependable, and he's right. Because the last thing you need is a new drug causing a death or two on the streets, because that would have law enforcement looking into them even more than they already are. But with this whole love situation, Walter definitely needs to change his ways, because all he's doing is pushing Vic further and further away, and into Gloria's arms when it comes to love, and into Tommy's direction when it comes to business. But Gloria is someone who definitely isn't scared of the Flynns, because she told Tommy that she got herself into this mess, so she'll get herself out. And based on her character description, she's also a former Marine who's passionate, fiery, and beholden to no man. So I definitely think there's more to come with Gloria's character. But let's talk about Vic Flynn next, because he's someone who's proven to us and to Tommy that he's able to put Walter's beef and his issues with Gloria to one side and be on the side of money. And he earned his cookie when he had Tommy's back with the Serbs. But the problem's not over. It is definitely just the beginning, and they're gonna need Diamond's help if they want to take on the Serbs. But the problem is, Diamond said he doesn't want to get involved because Merkovich is savage, and you only get one chance of taking someone like him out. So we're gonna see a meeting with Vic Flynn, Tommy, and Diamond at his barbershop. And I do feel the CBI and Diamond will get involved at some point, because we're gonna watch Elijah carrying a piece with the silencer, and I really don't have a good feeling about Elijah. He is also another one of my death predictions, because his death could just add another issue to the relationship between Diamond and Jenard. But whatever goes down in this shootout, you can bet it's gonna involve a lot of action, death, blood, and casualties on both sides. So let's see who falls and doesn't make it home. But sticking with Diamond, we're gonna see him doing what he loves, and that's cutting hair. But the Sebs are the least of Diamond's worries because he's got an internal conflict of his own, and that's with Jenard because he's still planning to take back control over the CBI because he was plotting behind Diamond's back, and it was definitely Jenard who made the call to the cops when Diamond was making his move with Vic and Tommy with the Yardies, because he can't just get rid of his brother because he knows he wouldn't have the full backing of the older CBI members, because Elijah said it himself, he's still got a lot of respect with the olders in the crew. Now he was also someone who asked Liliana to kill Tommy, but there is just no way that was happening, so we're gonna see Diamond and Jenard talking, but is there any reasoning with Jenard, or is he just a ticking time bomb? And what is Jenard up to in these couple of scenes? Because so far he's shown us he's not down with Tommy or his vision, even though Diamond is. So let's see what Jenard's next move is, and whether he's given a humbling or whether he makes a move which surprises Diamond. But sticking with the storyline with the Sebs, we're also going to see Tommy telling Liliana that she needs to get out of Chicago because she's someone who was on their hit list long before Tommy even arrived. But she's probably glad that she bumped into Tommy, because if it wasn't for him, then she would have been dead and buried. But she's also someone who's shown us how smart she is with the ghost text message move, her being able to hold it down, especially staying loyal to Tommy, which is why I do think she's quickly becoming a fan favorite. But it's also why I do worry for her character, because either they're building her character up to be a mainstay on Power Book 4 Force alongside Tommy, or her death is just going to be that much more impactful. But I do think Tommy is someone who will continue to protect her, because he sees the value that she brings to his organization, because she's not just loyal and tough, she can cook, and she's a lot like Tommy in the sense that she lives and dies by the street, and Tommy even said it himself, never bet against someone who's got nothing to lose and everything to gain. But she is definitely going to continue having to be smart, because there is a lot more Sebs coming to Chicago, and maybe the head Seb himself, who's Merkovich, and with Tommy being 7-0 up, they are definitely going to be looking to get even. But elsewhere, they've been setting up a few storylines over the past few weeks, and one of them is D-Mac and JP Gibbs, especially with how they came face to face outside his club. And this is where I think D-Mac will hit a crossroad in his life, and it's just a matter of when he's revealed as JP's son. And at this point of the season, really is time where things get crazy, not just in terms of the action, violence, and death, which I do think is coming, but there's also this side to Tommy's life, which is his family. And I mentioned before that JP is redecorating Miriam Egan's house, and I really wouldn't be surprised if he finds more secrets, and he may have done just that in this scene, which was in his character breakdown posted on social media. So let's see what he's found now, and what this reveals about JP and Tommy's past. Because so far they've dropped details in every single episode so far. First we learned about his grandma Miriam Egan, and JP being his brother, as well as him having a nephew. He then saw the video of Kate Egan, and then there was him questioning who was paying for grandma's nursing home fees, as well as meeting Herman. So let's see if he learns anything else about his past, and also let's see if there are any other returning characters, because so far we've seen Liliana and Tatiana returning, and there are definitely plenty of characters still alive in the Power world who could show up at any time. But drop all your comments and predictions down below for episode 5. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 4 Force and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.